Oh, hey, what's going on, everybody? What's up, listeners and everybody watching? I'm your host, Grandison Crawford. I'm with Sapo. Say what's up, Sapo.
Hello, everybody. How we doing today?
So good, so good. Before we get into this episode and introduce the guest, I'd like to take a couple seconds to talk about the sponsor. Go Steal This Idea podcast or Steal This Idea podcast. Andre and Ryan Knutson give $1 million ideas away for free, and they dare you to steal them. So definitely check that out. He was also on episode 39. We had Scott Knutson on here making ideas happen with us. But that takes us right into the episode. The guest I'm about to introduce is a comedian. He's been on True TV. He was a reality star. And he also was on Revolt TV's Funny AF. Say what's up, Willie Macc.
Hey, what's good, people? How y'all doing? I usually wear this shirt right here, the one with the fro and the glasses, but I decided to switch it up and wear my name. I don't ever wear my name usually because people was like, "Wow, you just want to wear a big name tag?" I'm like, "Damn it!" But that's exactly what do.
Although, if I were to wear a Ralph Lauren shirt, people wouldn't assume that I was Ralph Lauren. So Willie Macc might just be somebody you like.
God, why did I not think of that to say it like that? Maybe the people that are usually the people that know that it's me. That's probably.
It's all good, man. The great thing about it is we've come together to share ideas, and we're gonna throw some at you and see how you feel. Do you have kind of a vibe right now? Are you feeling a movie? Are you feeling a TV show, a product? Because we could throw some names out there, and then you pick one of those.
I'm feeling like a TV show right now because I've been
inspired
by some of the stuff that's on Deadline.
Oh wow!
So
okay.
All right. Sounds good.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Do any names come to your mind off the bat?
Okay, this came to me in a dream. So
What?
I had a dream last night about this show I did. It's called Killer King. Now let me explain. Yeah, let me explain to you where the idea came from, though. So have y'all heard of Killer King Hospital out in Compton?
No, I've never been to a hospital called Killer King.
Martin Luther King Hospital.
Away from like death hospitals, yeah.
So there's this Martin Luther King Hospital in Compton was known. It was like built in like the late 70s, 80s or whatever. And there was so much gang violence that like army doctors used to work out gunshot wounds there. And they closed it down in 2017 because they was like, it's getting crazy. And I had a dream that it reopened.
What? It reopened as a TV show?
It reopened as a TV show because I was the doctor, so that had to be a TV show.
That's what's up. Max Anatomy. What's up? Okay.
Stop it. The spin-off. People say that I look like a young Isaiah Washington too sometimes. Like depending on the angle.
Yeah. I think that's, honestly, that's what matters, right? Like if you see somebody from the back, they don't look like anybody. So we have a TV show idea then. Is that what you're trying to go with?
Yeah,
I love that. Yeah. Are we going to call it Killer Hospital?
Killer Hospital.
Or King Hospital? Compton King.
Compton King. I don't mind. That's Compton King MD. Wait, no, MD is the person. That's the person that.
Yeah, that's a medical person. So how about we do?
Yeah.
King's
Compton
MDs.
King. What was that word?
King's MDs.
King's MDs. What does the MD stand for?
No, MD, medical doctor.
Medical doctor.
Oh, gotcha.
That's what MD stands for.
King MD. Oh, I don't mind that. And the king. No, I was gonna say I'm stupid. I was gonna say the king starts with a C because they're Crips, but then that wouldn't spell King anymore.
Sing.
Like
I mean,
Sing.
hey, this is your world. They can maybe be intertwined, right? We don't know. One of the doctors that works there, their little brother is in a gang, and he's too busy to take care of him or something. I don't know how.
The little brother is in the gang, and the older brother works there and takes care of him. And then I can
people
see
that end up hurt.
Yeah.
Or what if the hospital itself is a place to make exchanges?
Oh,
like, yeah, you could. Yeah, like it's like it's kind of like the Assassin's Hotel in John Wick. It's kind of like that. Yeah, like that, but for that.
So it's almost like a mafia hospital.
Yeah,
like a
mafia hospital.
Yeah, got you. That's cool.
I would like that, but
they pay each other in favors.
But I already see, because it's now 2020. We gotta, someone's gonna mention the fact that like, oh, why the gang hospital or why the hospital in Compton gonna be the gang hospital? Like 10 years ago, I think we could get away with it, because everything's so.
But if there's truth, if it's a historical event, then you open with that, right? Based on partially part of, right? And then now people automatically, for whatever reason, if you put like historically based, people will be like, oh man, it's real. You're like, no, it's a movie.
No.
I didn't know for the longest that like based on a true story only had to mean like you can use 10%. You have to use at least 10% of the truth. The rest of the 90 could be just whatever.
Yeah. So our 10% is there's a hospital. There's a hospital and there's people.
It's a show about aliens. No, I said it's a hospital, but for some reason it's a show about aliens and they're like based on true events. You're like, no.
Yeah.
I swear I thought about having aliens because I was thinking in my little improv mind, like, if we have humans, just because you said humans, Sapo, I was like, what if we don't have humans? And I thought aliens.
Yeah.
No, that's actually not bad. Like, why do we have to keep it that far to reality? Why can't this be like a futuristic?
Yeah.
All right.
We're
moving in the future. So we're sending veterans. We're sending veteran doctors to remove lasers.
See, in the late 1970s, yes, but now it's 2235. So
okay,
so it's almost like the Men in Black hospital.
All right,
that's pretty awesome in Compton.
Yeah.
Compton is a new mecca for technology. You didn't know?
Oh, yes, it's coming up. Silicon Streets.
Compton is a new medical device that's used. It's a communications satellite type thing that they use for like medical supplies. And this particular place is like hands down the best. Like, because we can only imagine things are going to get better than a pacemaker. We can only imagine things like whatever. So it's a device that I like the device idea.
Okay.
So is this like a 3D printer that we can harvest organs and do things like that with?
It could be like a 3D printer, but also like they make these little nanobite things, and so the nanobites end up like being able to associate with like the flesh and everything that's like connected to it. So they building these. I
love that you call them nanobites and not nanobots. Like they're little bits of snacks. Yeah. So.
You know what it is? I'm from the country, so my nanobots came out nanobites. That's what I was doing.
That's what I was gonna guess. That's awesome. Okay, so there's a device at this hospital. What if aliens are testing technology on people? on gangs in Compton.
See this is why I'm voting for you, man.
Was that a presidential idea?
It's up there with Space Force. I mean, like, we can have a Space Force.
Yeah.
If we have a Space Force, we got to have a space hospital in Compton. Yeah.
Yeah. You can't just have all force. That's weird.
Yeah. You got to have some healing.
Because you always kind of want to know when let's say a person does get probed up and they come back down, they look regular. They obviously got something that we don't have that they ended up giving to us later on in 2035.
Yeah, I can only imagine getting off the spaceship and then telling me you got to go to Compton now. We need you to go to Compton now.
I'm so mad at how casually you said probed up. Like it was just something that, before you get probed up, you were just hella smooth with it. I was like, that's the first. I've never heard anybody say that. And me go, that was cool. That was real cool.
I mean, it's 22.
You make probed up seem cool.
I am turn that into a thing.
That's it.
You know what? That's what's going to be. And we're going to have merch that says that I've been probed up. We're going to make a fucking killing just based off merch and stuff like that.
Just tell it. You gotta have a toy line.
Family Matters did good on TV, but the money they made off merch, or the money that like Urkel made off merch was crazy.
Did you have a Family Matters toy?
I had a Family Matters T-shirt.
Oh, that makes more sense. I was like, just imagining toys. I was like, what? They just get out of work.
I think you can, because like they got Men in Black action figures. They got like so all that. So we definitely pulling in some dope merch. We might make a movie out of this too, because it's gonna be so.
Well, we started off with a TV show, so.
So we're gonna make a movie out of the TV show. I love that. You're thinking way in advance.
You got to think. I'm thinking like already 4 seasons in. I'm 4 seasons in. I fuck with you.
So you gotta be. You gotta.
Season 1. Who's our main guy? Who's the guy that like that we care about? Like, what's his story? What's the origin of this?
So, this guy is first year doctor. Like this is they assigned him. He's fresh out. So he graduated top of his class in college. He thought he was gonna go to a Cedars-Sinai, and they was like, "All right, man, the only job that we really got for someone like you is in Compton." And he's like, "What?" Doesn't matter. So he's one of the best doctors, he is the best doctor for nanobite technology and this software, and he just happens to be over there. So I'm thinking that I don't think he has both his parents. They both passed away in like a bad spaceship accident because it's 2235. And shit. So I know, and they got into a car accident with an alien that just came down from space, and so the fact that he has to now work on aliens is like, at what point does he choose my parents but I'm a doctor and I made this the Hippocratic Oath is what it's called, I think.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, and you gotta save humans and alien lives.
He has to do that. So what are some obstacles that he faces?
The obstacles that he would face, huh? Oh, I thought someone said something.
Yeah. What would be some obstacles? Sorry about that.
No, I heard that part. Maybe it's my brain just playing around. But definitely some of the obstacles that he's gonna have to face is to actually work on maybe a species of aliens, because he knows those aliens like are the ones that maybe have taken away his family, or his little brother is looking up to him, and the little brother's locked up for the first couple of episodes, And so he finally gets out, but he went to prison because it's space. So I don't know what we call in space prison. Space prison. Yes, I don't think that word is going to change much.
I think by the time if it's 2435, I think they could just call it prison by now. Like they're used to it. Yeah. Space isn't new to them. You know what I mean? Like, so it's just prison.
So I guess this is also 2235. We done got so watered down in PC culture. They now call prisons alternate housings, enclosed alternate
correctional housing.
I love that. Oh, you live in alternate housings?
Yeah. You live in alternate.
So it's kind of a dramedy then.
It's a dramedy. Dramedies are the best because most comedies come from drama. It comes from a dark place, anyways. So if we can spice this comedy up with some actual like real moments. Like there's the comedies that's kind of like, you know, multicam, that's like studio audience, built-in laughs, every joke. Ha! But then you got your single cams, and it's like it feels real, it feels in the moment. Like it's definitely a single cam show. This ain't no Dr. King, like anything like this. This is, we there.
Yeah. Okay.
But I think some of the obstacles that he might face though are just like it's a tiring job. Maybe he wanted to be something else. Like maybe he was just good at this. I had a doctor.
Also too, if you think about it, what if he had what if he, like, because he works at this hospital, but not everybody knows about aliens, if he has to keep the secret, but he's also trying to like live a regular life too.
So he's living a double life? Is it like
he's living a double life,
like one life in space? But so is he living like so he's living a double life, like one as a doctor and one as like an alien guy?
He's a double MD.
I like, maybe he plays both sides of the fence. Maybe he's like doctor, but like at night he be like flat. That's what the guns sound like in 2020.
Oh, they sound flat.
That's that future sound gun. Future gun sound.
He's a futuristic gangster doctor.
Well, it's not the future, but he is.
All right.
Dr. Cuz.
MD Kings. I love that. The alien hospital procedural. Doctor by day. Fat by night.
Trap.
Is this kind of like is this so does this make him like almost like a kind of like a interworld like Walter White kind of thing, where is he pushing drugs because he knows about medical stuff? Like, is he using his medical knowledge to push another agenda, or is this just like eye for an eye thing?
Alien drug dealer show.
An alien drug dealer show. No, I like the idea of kind of layering it, because when I think Breaking Bad, Walter White, I'm not mad at that actually, because if we show him with two double like and MMDD, I lost it. See, I have a stuttering problem, so that made sense to me. But yeah, gosh. He plays both sides of it. He definitely does that.
Okay. Nice.
So what's his goal?
A human.
He's definitely they're not ready to have a human alien species. Like he's like Hercules, half and half. Nah, that's
who's not ready for that?
You know what?
We can make it up.
See, I thought it out.
22:35, man.
Happen. Like tomorrow, this is gonna. Okay. Because you know what
you just set limits on yourself,
huh?
I said you just putting limits on yourself. You're just like, man, they're not ready for this. You keep going, man.
I don't see them.
They're not ready for this scenario.
we just end the podcast and like they're not ready for this. They really aren't. We gotta quit. We're done. I throw my headphones out.
No, it's not a different world. It's Compton.
It's literally a different world.
No,
that's not. Funny, man. I don't.
Because let me tell you this. So
a different world.
I for a minute I looked at the Avatar alien like.
What for the listeners? He made a face like, "Well, I don't mind if I do."
Oh, I forgot. It's just audio. I thought they could see us.
Oh, they can. But both.
No,
both
people who are watching us can.
Oh, so
only the people watching us can see us.
So the face that I made was like, if it came down to the Avatar alien, and she was like, "Look, Mac, I want that," I might do it.
Yeah,
I might.
Okay,
because
why not?
Why not? If I what I feel like they got 3 mouths.
Yeah. Okay.
What do you need 3 for?
They can. I love that.
Alien, man.
They must kill it in buffets. They must crush buffets.
I thought we wasn't doing limitations. Let me have my 3.
No limitations. Go 3. Yeah, Go 3 mouths. Well, that brings us. That brings a lot of questions, which is the perfect time to introduce our first segment. We've got the question corner. Question corner. Wow. Yo, we just killed that. So the question corner, we get to ask a few questions that kind of dig deeper on who is the Mac and what's up with Willie. In your case, with other guests, we have different names, but those are different days. We're here and we're now.
Now.
So you were a reality star at one point in time.
Yeah, I was.
That's fantastic. So what would you say is the difference between the day in the life of a reality star and a stand-up comedian who, has done TV, gone on tours? What are some pros? What are some cons to each?
So stand-up is the pros for stand-up is it just lets me be who I am. It's like I've always been the goofy person. I didn't know that you can make a living in stand-up when I was younger. I just always watched. I grew up watching young Russell Peters and Chris Rock. I was a huge Jerry Seinfeld fan. And
oh wow.
Yeah, so I was like, man, those dudes are silly. I didn't know then that these people was making $1 billion because growing up a preacher's kid, I grew up a preacher's kid in St. Louis. So every time I would be silly, they'd be like, stop acting. Like it was very strict. Like, why you being so goofy? Quit all that. It's the devil that's got them running around the house. But then I come out here and I'm like,
your dad didn't tell jokes during his sermons?
Which is interesting. He was very entertaining. Looking back at it now, my dad always was. He always was a joke person, when he was on the pulpit. So yeah, I definitely get it from his side of the family. Like all of them are like that. But when I used to do this thing, I used to act like my hand was alive and starting I remember doing this in 4th grade. I used to be there in class. I'd be like, oh no, not right now. Shh. I was doing that in 4th grade. I remember that and the teachers are getting mad, but the kids was laughing. So I just kept doing it. And when we was walking out to the lunchroom, I was like, no, I already said like, and that was my thing. So when they would tell my daddy like, you're being goofy, you're being this, and I was like, all right, I gotta calm that down. But they make billions of dollars doing this shit.
Yeah. Could you imagine if you hit the road with your hand, I don't want to gag?
Oh, shit.
Because it seems like you put your hand to a lot.
I planned this out.
You are a mastermind that led us to this situation. like you didn't know the premise of the show 20 minutes ago.
That's hilarious. Nah, yeah, I got those because I was like, man, I would love to do an act with a puppet. But then you start saying like Rick Glassman. I think there's like one other person doing the puppet thing because I've had these before, all of them, but I never had the guts to take it up on a stage. But that lets me look cool.
So while you just had puppets for like 20 years?
I've had these for 10.
You just had puppets for 20 years? Oh, okay.
I should have went with the 20 years. Like this is just my mom and dad, and I've been trying to talk to them, expressing my feelings. Yeah, Dad, how you like me now?
So then what was reality TV like?
Oh yeah, that's what the original question was. I'm gonna forget like a couple times. I'm gonna be honest with you. So
don't worry about it. We're here for you.
Reality was cool, but it was a trade-off because the producers kind of pushed you to do certain scenes or, hey Willie, let's go and tell them you want to play Fuck, Marry, Kill with the castmates, knowing that everybody doesn't like this one person, and we like, we'll kill you, and she like, I'll kill y'all too, and then I was like this big fight, and now they're like, action. It's like roll the camera.
Yeah. Damn. And were the beefs real? Were they real beefs?
They were real beefs back then. Like obviously, it's fake now, but we were the first Black reality show. So we kind of cornered that market. We kind of they didn't have a bunch of storylines, Top Chefs, and this and that. So it was like maybe 5 or 6 of them. So everything then was still being figured out, and it was all real, like the dramas, the fights, and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah, College Hill sounds like a more traditional style show. So that's awesome. But would you say? No, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say what the pro was like. You're a reality star, so I'm hanging out with like I got pictures like where Neo's mom knew who I was. Like I'm at the studio with Neo and like that, or Lil Wayne asked me to watch his kids backstage, or Beyonce knew who I like. That stuff was cool, but also because we was on BET, we got paid $900 for the season. Which meant I remember. Here's the craziest. One of the craziest stories. So I remember being at the BET Awards over at the Shrine Auditorium at USC or somewhere near there, and I'm there chopping it up. Nelly and Ashanti, who were together at the time, Nelly comes up to me like, "Hey, we got a party at the Hollywood Hills. Slide through." I'm like, "All right, bet. Give me the address." I get the address. I walk outside. I had to jump on 2 buses in the red line to get to Hollywood.
I know the red line.
And then I walk up this hill. I get there like 3 hours later, and I'm like, "Hey, what's up?" They're like, "Hey, Willie's here." They're like, "We're about to go to the Marina Del Rey." I'm like, I was broke and famous, which is where I'm getting at. To be broke and famous, because I had to go to I used to sell knives door to door. That was like one of the first things I did when I moved out here. So
Cutco?
Was it? Yeah. It was like, it was Cutco. I sold no knives actually, but It's different being a black guy going door to door with knives, just wielding these many
Yeah.
I got these knives.
Different. Hey, you want some knives? Like, no, not
you
really.
Want some of this?
Yeah.
I'm over here grossing all high, but never sold an item. It's just like, all you gotta do is go like this to the doors and make it shop.
Yeah. Hey, I don't mean to interrupt your day, but I have a bunch of sharp objects in my bag, and I would like to present them to you.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll take out a 10 of them. Yeah. So that's
broke and famous though.
They cut through pennies. Give me your pennies. Give me your pennies.
Could you imagine trying to do that now? You're over here like with the coin shortage. People are like, no, I need my pennies. I can sell them for $5.
That's so crazy that there's a coin shortage. Like, how did you go?
It's all on my couch. I got them all in my couch. I found them.
I just always assume that it made enough. It doesn't make any sense.
They don't make sense. That's the problem. They don't make sense anymore.
Here's where I got confused. But that's when I heard that the first time I was high. So who counted the coins to know that there's a shortage?
People just stopped being able to have them. I don't know if anybody was like counting, but
it must have been a Karen who couldn't get any pennies at the cash register because they were like, it'll be 27 cents, ma'am, and as you're changing, and they're like, oh well, we don't have any pennies. Sorry, we're just gonna have to keep this 2 cents. What you mean there's no pennies? I've been to 2 Costco's, but no one had pennies.
Costco's wholesale. That's why they only got the big coins.
Ridiculous.
We only have the $50 with Susan B. Anthony on it.
And then they make that the auto-tune guys. They make a remix of clips of her saying like, "No pennies."
I love those.
Those things are great.
No pennies, bitch. You ain't got no pennies.
No pennies.
No pennies.
Man, so you joke about being a father. You joke about a lot of things, skinny jeans, being a father. What would you say is something dope about like right now with your son?
What's dope about him? You asked me what's dope about my.
You could be honest. Like, what's dope about like this time? Like, because we
quarantine.
We have some things going on right now that are not
nothing dope about it.
Okay, so you're done with the son.
I was done with my son when they said it's a boy. I was like, I'm already over this. I can't wait to 18.
Oh my God, you're just like sexist against your own son.
No, but that's
great.
Here's the thing. I love my son to death.
Sure.
But I won't say that I like him. Like, okay. Because there's a difference. Like, that's my boy. Everything he needs, something to love. But and I told him this. I'm like, you've done nothing for me to like. Like, you cost me $600. I just found out that he's jacking off in condoms. I'm like, that's not what condoms are for, Malcolm. Like, you're going about this all wrong.
Maybe he's afraid he's going to give himself something.
He doesn't give himself.
He doesn't wash his hands. So.
Oh, that's too bad. Little crusty hand kid. Yeah. Well, that makes sense.
He's at that teenage phase where it's just like, I'm like we'll come in and be like, all right, Malcolm, let's eat. He's like, all right, where's the food? I'm like, first of all, take your ass to the sink. He's like, he's one of those that be like, I didn't touch anything. It's like, you touched you. Like, you haven't taken a shower in 2 days. So, like, you didn't.
Yeah. Yeah, you've had the hands you've had attached to you, and I know you don't wash them, so gross. You know what I mean? Gross, little kid. That's so funny, man.
I'm trying to get him into the entertainment industry because I know he would do really good. Because I do pretty good commercially, so I know but he don't want to do that. He's a Fortniter. My son plays Fortnite all day. He does the tournament and he loses every time. But he plays like he's a winner, and that's
he carries himself like a winner.
He be like, yeah.
Your son is garbage
at Fortnite.
So your son is garbage at Fortnite?
My son's garbage at Fortnite. Like he gets excited. Like he be like, I got me a kill. I'm like, aren't you supposed to have multiple though, Malcolm? Like you know it. Malcolm's a kid that's on the on the basketball team that comes in at the very end of the game and then talk to chicks like he did. I'm like, yeah, I played tonight, right? Like, yeah. Like,
but the one that celebrates. He celebrates after free throws.
Yeah. Let's go. Yeah. Let's go. The pennies.
You can't say I don't pull my own weight. I made a shot.
Yeah. I was only for 2 minutes and I made 2 points.
That's a point a minute.
My son averages 0.01 points for the season. Is like, how did that happen?
Oh my gosh. Averaging fractions. You're like, what? Well, that's crazy. I love that. Well, I'm glad that your son's playing Fortnite. Get him into the entertainment industry. I don't play it, no. But I have seen it. I've watched a lot of YouTubers do it.
Really? You watched it on? I tried. It's too busy, man. It's like build, shoot, build, shit. I'm like this. Like, dude, I already wear glasses. Like, no, I can't.
Yeah. I mean, you could definitely build if you have glasses. You just put safety glasses on. You'd be fine.
I saw what you did there.
But
that was good.
but that's why I like watching it. I don't like playing it because you're right. It's too much. Why are we even doing this? You know what I mean? Like, where do we keep all the materials for building? How are stairs coming out of our pockets? What's going on?
How do you build an apartment complex when you hear a gunshot?
How does that? That's insane. Yeah. What are not even realistic stakes here? Like, when are you going to need to build on the go? You know, it just doesn't. But I like watching it. And there's a YouTuber whose name I don't remember, so go find that. And he does impersonations. He does Kendrick Lamar. He does
while he's playing
Donald Trump. He does Obama while he's playing, and he'll come in there and be like, "Hey, what's going on?" Was Kendrick Lamar stuff, and people be like, "Yo, you sound like Kendrick," and he'd be like, "This is Kendrick. What's up?" And
I like
it's fantastic, man. It's fantastic. Yeah,
that's actually putting some that brings different spin to it. I dig that.
Yep. Because people recognize him, so they'll be like, "Are you blah blah blah?" And they're like, "Yeah," and then they freak out. Like, people's girlfriends were like freaking out on the phone with them. It's crazy.
I've had, when I was on College Hill, I've had this done several times where people be like, "Hey, can you dance with my girl?" And I'd be like, "What?" They're like, just dance with her so I can take a picture that she dance with you. And I'm like, all right. Like, it's weird that people are like that though.
Yeah, you're like, I don't know if you want evidence of this. This seems bad. This seems like a weird time for you. Okay, so I love that your son. I mean, it sounds like your son needs a Twitch account, and he needs to get way better before he records and publishes any videos. Don't show anybody until he's good. But he'll get there.
That might be his thing, to be just this excited loser.
Yeah, that's a new spin on it. That's a better story. That's a better story. If you think about it, the dude who's just killing it and excited, win or lose. Mostly lose, though.
Yeah.
Mostly lose. He gets mad when he gets a kill. Like, you gonna make it that easy for me? Come on, I'm right here. Shoot me. Like,
Dad, they're gonna have to turn me off the game because I got one kill this week and one last week. That's wild. That's wild, man. Well, awesome. All right, so we're gonna get back into MD Kings. We concluded it on. It is a procedural hospital show about aliens and gangs,
mm-hmm.
and doctors
and doctors
and doctors.
And don't forget the nanobites.
Doctors.
Nanobites.
And the nanobites.
Yeah.
Right.
Those
tiny
are very
robots. That
little tiny robots.
Later. Okay.
They cell size.
So
now,
are the tiny robots?
Now
okay, let's talk about the tiny robots. Let's figure out what do they do?
Robots.
What are the tiny robots like? Is that like what he's pushing since he's like, like a mobster? Does he have like a new breed of tiny robots?
I could see
Kinda
him
like.
I can see him.
That would be like the antagonist.
Say that again.
That would be like the antagonist would probably do that, right? Like the doctor himself, or is the hero, and then somebody else would probably use nanobites, to be using minorities to test on.
See, now before I forget what the nanobites do, and how they work, and like they're very tiny, like these cell-sized robots that they finally figured out how to like duplicate from alien technology, and so it builds, like, let's say you cut your finger, like boom, you got a cut on your finger. It can read read the skin and what should be done based off of like maybe your thoughts and whatever, and it'll just like zoop, and it'll close your finger right back up.
Oh wow! Dang, that's really cool. So that's like one of the procedures that they go through?
Yeah, that's one of the procedures that they definitely go through. So maybe if he is taking the nanobites technology type stuff, he does it on the side, because like this is an expensive surgery. You can only imagine that this is like a $5 million surgery.
Yeah.
So now he's peddling.
It has to be. It's still America.
Yeah, I mean, profits are profits, right? Am I right?
Profits are profits. So he also uses these nanobites things on like people outside of the hospital that couldn't probably afford it before, and now he's forced to do it with these gang members.
Yeah. But he also has to keep it secret from regular people.
He has to keep it secret because they can't get out. That's obvious. That's almost the death penalty right there.
Okay, so he's using the technology. So he's using this technology to help people that are gangsters, and with that, he gains leverage to be a gangster himself.
Yeah, because power is something interesting. When you start getting that power, that's what happens to a lot of these celebrities. Anyways, like they're always humble when you like. I remember riding the bus and this, and that. But then when you hear, what do you want? What do you want? Here's some money. Then you be like, oh, I only drink XYZ. Like, no, you don't. I remember you used to drink toilet water back in the day. So
yeah. I remember your breath smelled like
right out.
Ass. Oh, thing. All of it.
So yes, he starts to feel this power, and the power also stems from the fact that he wants to break down that gang system, and the only way to break down that gang system is to be the head gang guy himself.
Yeah. Now, do the nanobites also make you smarter?
So that's what makes him king.
Basically,
that's what makes him king.
So his goal is to be king of the gang stuff through the medical stuff.
Yes.
Yeah?
One life to live another. One life to live another.
One life to live another. That's the intro song right there. You hear it'll sound like power. It sound like power. Like one life to get one life. Say it one more time.
One life to live another.
One life to live another.
One life to live another. One life to live another. One.
That's
Life
a tagline right there. So we got a tag. That's our tagline right there.
Yeah.
One life to live another.
All right.
One life to live another. Wow. You're good.
This is all of us three just brainstorming. Just shooting the shit.
It's all bouncy. It's a bouncy house of ideas, man. We're here to party. So we are nothing without each other. Is that not true? That's
true.
So what is a show that you would compare this show to?
If I had to choose the three shows that this is like the baby of, it's Grey's Anatomy meets Training Day meets Men in Black.
Okay. All right.
Damn.
So we start off with him working his way up the medical system as he's working his way up the gang system?
Yes.
Yep.
So it's Training Day on both ends, right?
He's Training Day on both ends. He started this to be like one of the good guys, and then he saw it's too hard to be the good guy. Then when the bad guys are now forcing your hand to be a bad guy, it's
okay.
Yeah.
So,
man, okay. It's Training Day meets Men in Black in a hospital.
In a hospital, yes. Yeah. So I feel like the pilot episode is him arriving at this hospital, upset that he has to work there. He gets a call that his brother is in trouble in the jail, and apparently his brother kind of is the one that put it out there that like, look, my brother knows how to work with nanobites. And I was like, hey, help my mother out.
So like Gone in 60 Seconds kind of thing, where the guy quits stealing some, and then the brother kind of gets caught up.
I stopped working with nanobites when I was 20. I stopped.
I gave up that technology, and the wrong hands could be the end of the
world. I don't think I've seen Gone in 60 Seconds.
You've never seen Gone in 60 Seconds?
First of all, I don't appreciate y'all's judgment right there. Like that was a lot.
Nah, you've had your time, dude. It's been out on Netflix.
Judgment doesn't
been on DVD. I can ruin it for you. I'm allowed to ruin. If it's on VHS, I'm allowed to ruin that movie for you. So it's pretty much, it's kind of like what we're talking about, where like older brother quits doing crimes, and then the younger brother starts doing the crimes, gets caught, and the older brother has to do the crime in order to get the younger brother out.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. But like, okay, well, that, but with medical and doctors and stuff like that, instead of stealing cars.
Exactly. Huh?
Gone in 60 Seconds meets Men in Black
meets
in
Training
a
Day.
hospital.
Yeah, let's go to that. Let's go with that one. That's yeah.
All right.
I dig that. All right. Now, who are we gonna? Did you just count for something?
No.
I think he was counting 60 seconds.
Oh, okay.
Well, I got 5 more seconds. Okay, 59, 60. All right, let's go.
Yeah.
He was like, we started back into the segment at 3 minutes and 33 seconds. I needed to count the rest of the 7.
Yeah.
I love that, man. You got a little Rain Man in you. Where would you pitch this to? What network? Would you produce it yourself and then try and sell that? Like, how would you go about that?
I feel like the first person I would like to pitch this to is Netflix. If Netflix, Netflix lets you they got a lot of space TV shows and movies on there. So like they deal, like I feel like if it was on like network, ABCs and all that other stuff, then it's like they gonna try to censor too much. I want it to be more real. Sci-fi would be cool, but I want it to stand out, not blend in. If it's on Sci-Fi, everybody's only people that usually watch Sci-Fi goes to the Sci-Fi channel.
Yeah.
So on Netflix,
and Sci-Fi channel is trash.
Huh?
Yeah, Sci-Fi channel is trash, dude. They don't put enough love into their series to make them good, and then they just go with whatever makes them money. So you want to get, if you're going to do this and do it well, you're going to want to get it on like a streaming service. Mm-hmm. So you watch it in a big chunk, and it really resonates with you, both our comedy and otherwise. It's got something for everybody.
Someone's just said, awesome. Who plays the older brother? Willie Macc as the younger brother. I would if it's like that, then I would say my older brother. Man, I don't like it. I was gonna say Michael B. Jordan, but everybody looks at him as the good guy.
Also, he's probably not older. Is he older than you?
Wait. Wouldn't that be cooler if it was a younger brother?
You be the doctor, man.
Yeah, if you're the principal lead, then
you gotta think
the guy that you're helping, who's the younger? Yeah, you're the star. So who you bailing out?
See, I was making the mistake. When I read that, it said so. This obviously stars Willie Macc as the younger brother.
Yeah, you're the younger brother. The younger brother's the one that's in medical school. The older brother's the one that's in trouble.
Oh, okay. My bad. Well, then the older brother would be that's good. What's the guy that was in what's Peele's last movie? Not Get Out. What's the one after Us? The one that plays the husband. The one that plays the husband in Us.
Oh right, yeah, he's great.
He's
great.
Yeah. So I think I feel like he would. And you always gotta look out because after the parents left, this is all he got for family. So why?
Winston Duke.
Shout out to Last Minute Research. Snapple on the ones and threes. So, all right, we are coming up to our second segment of the show. It's called Two Truths and a False. Let's get it up there. Two truths and a false. Yeah. So two truths and a false. The way it works, you tell us three things. Two of them are true. One of them is false, not in that order. And we guess, and the audience guests, which is which also. So if you're watching, definitely type in the comments what you believe is the truth or false. We'll talk a little bit about it. So yeah, you take a couple seconds to think of your things. And I'd like to make another shout out to our sponsor for this week. Steal This Idea. $1 million business ideas every week for you to steal. It's a fun show. We've had Scott Knudsen on episode 39. You can go back and check that out, see what kind of awesome person he is, and check out his podcast as well. Willie Macc, where you at?
All right. Let's see. So, number one, before I was a preacher's kid, no. My dad is a preacher, obviously, and I'm a preacher kid. But prior to him being a pastor, he used to be a gangster. Okay. Number two, I had my son in high school. That's number two. I had my son in high school. And I played varsity football and was decent at it.
Okay.
Meaning pretty good. In case you was like,
were you better, your son, than he is in Fortnite?
Does the apple fall through?
So your dad was a gangster before he was a preacher. You had your son in high school, and the last one is you were really good at varsity football.
Kind of.
Like super decent.
I was super decent in high school football.
That's good. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's probably
no,
a B
that's
minus.
Would you? I'm just saying.
I think. All right.
Give it a B minus.
So let's see. So which one do you think is false? 1, 2, or 3?
I don't think his dad was a gangster. I think number one, I don't think Willie Macc's dad was a gangster before he was a preacher.
I don't think he was a gangster either.
He's not Pastor Mace. He's not Pastor Mace.
Yeah. 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 No, just because he told us his dad said don't do silly things. I don't think that kind of like.
Yeah.
All right.
Gangsters are pretty silly if you think about it.
Yeah. So which was the false one?
The one that's false is varsity football. I sucked. I did play varsity football. I never went out in the game. I never even touched the grass. My jersey was clean all season long.
Did you even have cleats?
I took them back to the store at the end of the season. They were like, these have to be used.
They had no questions asked.
You got a full refund.
No questions asked.
That's
all right. So,
oh my gosh, man. Okay.
Okay. So that's the false.
So you did. You had your kid in high school.
Yep, I was in high school, junior year. So, and my dad is a pastor, and in the 70s, he was super gangster.
Nice.
Then in the 80s, he turned his life around, and then,
Wait, what did you say?
Like 70s gangster, like all about the community, or like gangster rap gangster?
So I guess since it's the 70s, it's more like soul music rap. So like
okay.
I cut you, fool. Yeah.
You sell knives?
Yeah.
Here's a one of those people that
created Cutco? Your dad created Cutco?
That's where the knives, going door to door with knives came from.
That's crazy. So what made him go the way of Jesus?
So here's the story as it was told to me. My dad was going to Oakland on his way to kill someone. And then he goes up there and finds the guy. The gun doesn't go off. He gets a phone call. No, so he told the dude, like, my dad was a nice gangster, first of all. He told the dude, like, one of those, like, quotes where it's like, it's your lucky day, get out of here type thing. And so he goes home, he gets a phone call. No, he calls his brothers, my uncles, who were living in Arkansas. And so come to find out, one of the other brothers, while he got into some trouble in Arkansas, he went back home to Arkansas. And then my dad said he used to like listening to preacher sermons when he was high because they felt like bedtime stories. So he would like smoke and listen to like Genesis and Revelations and just like pass out. So he one day decides to take it up a notch and actually go to an actual church. And there he meets my mom, who was in the choir. She kind of got him off. like obviously him being a preacher and then from him being a gangster, there's two different sides. So it's kind of like being a stand-up comedian. You know, those first 6 years are rough. Like it's the absolute worst. You don't become a good comedian until later. It's the same thing with my dad as a pastor. Like you could tell that he went, like when he was first preaching, when they first let him on the pulpit, you knew he went through some stuff. Like I remember one time he was trying to pray for someone, and she was like, "The devil stole my joy." One of those type of things, like the devil stole my joy. My dad says, "Well, we gonna go and get that joy back, whatever we got to do. If we got to get a Bible, if we got to get a 357, we gonna get that joy back." I'm like, are you talking about robbing the devil, man? Like,
you gonna pull a stick-up kid on Satan? God damn, that's cool. You know that your dad is a gangster when the wrath of God stories are what make him go to sleep at night. I'm like, Jesus, because Genesis is just killing.
and when Cain killed Abel,
he's like, I'm bored.
And then God flooded the earth.
This one. Oh, my favorite. This is the boat story.
God, can you tell me the boat story again?
And they all got wiped out. Oh man, I'm gonna be
every time. Every time.
Every time. Well, Willie, honestly, this has been such an awesome idea. I would love to see this TV show. If you're listening, if you're watching, and you can make that happen, that's awesome. No pressure.
Well, we already got a poster up for
Willie
it.
Macc, thank you.
Hey,
we already got a poster up for it. I'm hearing it. How
go.
Presses.
Oh, I want to. Oh, please send that to me.
Yo, that's something you give your agent, young Willie.
Hey, that's
yes.
Good.
Yeah, the town
incredible.
Sideways.
I don't even know where that picture is from.
Yeah. What if that's not even you? Anyway. But
it's a dude from Grey's Anatomy.
Willie, for the people for the people listening, let them know where they can find you. Let them know what you got coming up. Just plug away.
Hey, make sure you all follow me on Willie Macc on everything, TikTok, Instagram. Really follow me on TikTok because my TikTok numbers are dope. I like the dope numbers. Instagram is like, oh, that's what's up. So yeah, everything Willie Macc 2C. That's where I'm at.
Cool.
That's awesome. Thank you so much for coming. You can also check us out on ideaPRTYpodcast.com. That's a party without the A. And we're going live every Thursday at 4:30. Come check us out and party with us live. Thanks again, Willie Macc.
Thank you. Hell yeah. Y'all take care.
All right.